shadows crawl under my skin. A battle I swore I'd never win. But here I stand, fists clenched tight, chasing the dawn through the endless night. Every scar is a mark I earn, every fall is a lesson learned. I won't break, I won't fall. Hear my roar, hear my call. Through the fire, through the flames, I'll rise again, I'll stake my claim. The mirror cracks but I see clear. A warrior's heart beats loud in here. The voices scream, but I won't bow. The time is now. It's here. It's now. Every fear is a ghost I'll chase. Every step leaves a stronger trace. I won't break, I won't fall. Hear my roar, hear my call. Through the fire, through the flames, I'll rise again, I'll stake my I won't break, I won't fall. Hear my roar, hear my call. Through the fire, through the flames, I'll rise again, I'll stake my claim. I won't break, I won't fall. Hear my roar, hear my call. Through the fire, through the flames, I'll rise again, I'll stake my claim. You wore a mask of holy grace, but underneath a poison face. Build your throne on shattered trust. Now your empire turns to dust. You preach your lies, you played your part, a dagger hidden in your heart. The truth is out, your crown is burned. This is the lesson you have earned. I can't believe what you've become. A shadow rotting in the chains, your smile ablaze. The damage done will never fade. The crowd that once called out your name now spits it back in ash and flame. I see the cracks beneath your skin, the darkness you've been drowning in. Your kingdom's gone, the walls collapse, the world won't let you crawl back. I can't believe what you've become. A shadow rotting in the sun. You fooled us all, but now you'll fall. Your shame's the loudest truth of I can't believe what you've become. A shadow rotting in the sun. You fooled us all, but now you'll fall. Your shame's the loudest truth of all.
Once again, was I too subtle? Welcome back. I'm feeling better. I did take a little bit of a nap, and I took some medicine. What the hell? Here we are. Took some medicine to help with my stomach, because that was what really was starting to bother me, and get myself all better to finish this document and basically try to get my thoughts collected and to make a proper conclusion to this document. That'd be a good way to say it. Because when I left earlier, I was so freaking tired. I mean, I was emotionally drained. I was afraid I was just gonna fucking flip out and just go on full blow rage rant. And I knew I needed to step away for a little bit and try to get back to my neutral perspective about things, because there was a lot of things that was being covered in this document that from all parties involved, let me say this, all parties involved, I've had major problems with. It's just one of those things, as some of the shit I've gone through my life, that some of the things that's been said in here or shown in here really fucking bothers me. So here we are. We're in the spite part. Sure. And this is where I stopped. Before, 2021, as far as I could find, this was the first time Spite ever posted her character design on Twitter. '20th. Just by the way, the reason why I'm not commenting anything about this is because this is a big fucking nothing burger, by the way. granted, the whole situation's a big fucking nothing burger, but the point is, she didn't fucking copy Spite, and Spite didn't copy Cinder. It's just a bunch of fucking coincidences. And I'll be honest, I feel bad that Spite was dragged into this, but you know, it is what it is. Spite said she worked with her model artist on her new outfit. There's no fire in Spite's ear in this image of her, but they were on her final model when it debuted. Merch artwork. This thing doesn't get, this whole model shit about people copying each other is just stupid fucking fans. That's all it is. They're the one that lead the fucking charge on this shit. Like, you know, these fans that do this, they're not really fucking fans. They're attention seekers. Little haters that, you know, the only way they can get their little peckers hard is by doing shit like this. November 12th, yeah, you can't tell it fucking irritates me. November 12th, 2022. I described what kind of artwork I was looking for. Her. Once again, just a bunch of fucking coincidences. December 17th, 2022. The artwork was finished for the merch drop that launched on 12/25/2022, Christmas Day. The reason why the Blue Fire design was chosen was because my whole first merch drop was themed around my two fire colors. This is just the limited palette because I thought it would be a good look for clothing it was planned for, and when it was done, I recognized the finished piece could be mistaken for Spite. But I really like how it came out and didn't want to change it. Any major changes to the art would have been delayed the entire drop too. I mean, other than the blue, the rest of her color palette is the same. Heavenly Hound outfit. August 13th, 2023. I submitted my commission request to design my Heavenly Hound outfit. Completely fucking different. Anybody says that Spite was copying Cinder or Cinder was copying Spite, you need to go to a fucking eye doctor. All the time. May 13th, 2022, Spite tweeted out her debut is happening the next day. Whatever. May 14th, 2022, I posted my debut tweezer. I couldn't find anything that showed that I posted it when I did because of Spite. It was Sunday, about a month before my planned debut date. In my apology, I said, the first thing Spite mentions in her document is the debut teaser in 2022. This was apparently posted on the same day as original debut, which honestly I don't know if at the time this was intentional or not. I don't know when I discovered Spite. It could have been after she debuted. ASMR post. September 9th, 2022, Spite announced her first ASMR stream for September 24th, 2022. 1 second, please. There's one tweet I found that I know I made in spite of her. This was 6 months after what I really, it seems like a common theme as far as these models go with VTubers. You know, I kind of get it. Your model design is your identity, not the fucking artist. I said the model design, but it's a lot of this is a fucking reach, you know. Okay, this is the speculation part. I would also like to show my point of view on why I thought Spite was the one copying me back in 2022 and early 2023, which led Red asking Nano not to work with her. We were the only two prominent Hellhound or Cerberus themed VTubers at the time all this occurred. No, I will say this. They look like fucking dogs. And there's like, what? Probably at the time, but 50 to 100 dog themed VTubers. Some with pointy ears, some with the floppy ears. The whole Hellhound Cerberus thing, you're still a fucking dog. Just saying. This section should be considered speculation, and the same as Spite's entire document was about me. Everything present here could have been sheer it was. And I don't have any evidence proving it was otherwise. Good girl. Before June 25, 2020, Spite's design, and the one on the right debuting May 14th, 2022. Okay. June 25th, 22, my original model debut. Right. Spike came into my chat, introduced herself, and gave me bits so she knew who I was. This is the first and only time she was in my chat. Here's the vibe showing this. This is in July 11th, 2022, by the way. No, I'm not interested in playing the VOD. No, she was there. Alright. Well, if you lurk, you're going to be a bot now, by the way. September 3rd, 2022. Spite's new model design debuted. Okay. She said in her document it was worked on July 20th, 2022. There are no ear flames and spikes in this image. May 14th, 2022. I am not going to get into like the minor nitpicking that's going on here because it's just fucking ridiculous. My debut teaser, which happened to be posted on the same day as the one of her model debut. August 29th, 2022, Spite's new model debut tweezer for her model, for the model above. Is it a similar approach? Yes, but different color palette, different pose, all that shit. They don't have a copyright on a pose, things being in black, all that shit. She may have taken inspiration from this since it happened before, but there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from another creator. Just be flattered and move on. Before and after June 25th, 2022, I had an animated version of my Hellhound running to the right as an alert on my stream. I had it on my pre-debut streams as well, but you can see it at my debut here in both colors. Okay. September 7th, 2022, Spite posted an animated art of her two Cerberus heads running to the right. All right. I thought she used this for alerts too, but I couldn't find any clips to prove that. Hers also had fire in her ears on the paws with a bright colored tail. Cinder, they're not even fucking close. You don't own the copyright on dogs, Cinder. I hate to tell you this. And they're not even fucking close. I'm sorry. They're not even fucking close. June 27, 2021. My PNG model that I was using to stream for a year from June of 2021 until my model debut in June of 22, and its alternate blue. Okay, we've seen this. Okay, all right. October 17th, 2022, Spike posted artwork of her new design by her model artist. Okay. And what? Okay, I'm going to go through this because this is fucking ridiculous. Okay, they have the flames in the ear are different, total different design. The hand flame, once again, totally different design. Flame on the boots, different location, total different design. And she doesn't even have flame on her tail. It's just like a brighter blue. What's the fucking point here? I mean, what I'm getting at, if either one of them, Sinder or Spite, do just what I just did, they would go, oh, she's not copying me. It's just, you know, coincidences. And it's... outfits are completely different. It was like Spite's wearing shorts, Cinder's wearing a skirt, and like a halter top. Spite has a ripped t-shirt. Don't even have this arm bandage thing going on, and they do have the same bracelets. Oh my god, she finally found something to copy. You know, Spite doesn't have one on her tail. Cinder does. They both have chokers. Oh my god, she copied that. I mean, come on. This is all because fans are being jerk-offs. And jerking off to models. Just fucking crazy fans. That's all it is. Like I say, hit the fucking block button. Get rid of these people. Jesus Christ. Because they're bringing you in. They're the ones trying to cause drama between you two. You know. And, you know, talk to each other, people. June 12th, 2023, around the same time as her new outfit debut, she also started using the fire emoji in her Twitter name when she hadn't before. This snapshot from October 3rd, 2022, on the way back machine showed her without it. Okay, whatever. And she had the fire in her ears. Hey, Zachary, welcome. What do you want me? What can I say? So? Yeah, there's a fire emoji there. And it's not like she changed her name to Cinder. No worries, I'm getting this is not a big fucking deal at all. Always had an alternative blue fire color toggle as part of my design. It was on my reference sheet and the biggest and most well-known gimmick of my original model. I use it frequently on stream. This was before editing and changing model layer colors that was built-in feature in VTube Studio. All I know is if I ever decide to become a VTuber, I'm not using fucking fire in any of my toggles. Because I'm going to be accused of copying a Hellhound or Cerberus or a Hell Duck or something like that. Just saying. I definitely agree. Some fans can be D-bags, but not some. Yeah, there's apparently quite a few, and I'll get into that later. September 29th, 2022, I made a post emphasizing my two fire colors. One's the happy tissy one I'm pissed off at you. Okay, whatever. Hey, no need, as I watch other content creators' video on this. My conclusion on the lies didn't change when Cinder dropped her 1,000-page doc. I gotta do my shtick. October 23, 2022. Spite start using an alternative red coloration in her new of her new model, which she continued using from then on. I don't know if this was the first time she used it on stream. It could have been earlier, but it's the earliest I could find her posting it. You don't own the fucking color red, and I'm sorry, you're more orange than red. Unless we're talking about your manager. Fucking reach. This is what when it happens when you don't fucking believe in yourself. And someone should have come up to Cinder and just about the spite stuff and just looked at her and said, "Get over it. You don't own the copyright on Wolf with Fire. And it's not a 1-for-1 copy. You just need to get over it." And no, if someone says something about it, no, either ignore, mute, or block and ban them from your channel. That's it. Because it's fans doing this. It's not spite. And from what I can tell, Spite did a Cinder in Silvervale's chat. Okay? January 5th, 2023. Oh boy. Get no more fucking coffee for the next 24 hours, I can tell you that much. There's fucking water and shit. I posted about my 2 different color shirts, focusing on my 2 colors. January 18th, 2023, Spite posted an image of her new outfit focusing on her blue and red colors about 2 weeks later. That means these were... How long... These things take fucking months, apparently, to design and get to the way that the VTuber like it. In other words, there's no fucking way she would know about this shit. It's just goddamn coincidences. All it is. It's goddamn coincidences. Just because they have a... I'm not going to say similar. I'm going to say slightly similar type of character that neither one of them hold the copyright to, and they're slightly similar. They're not even similar fucking designs. I hate to tell you that. It's not even fucking close. And they're believing they're getting triggered off of people saying, "Hey, we're similar. You guys, she's copying you. She's copying." Tell them the fuck off. Really, just tell them the fuck off. I mean, in Cinder case, imagine those people who are saying that shit is Shylily. Just I'm banning Shylili's today. Hey. January 23, 2023. Red's first conversation with Nano about Spite was 5 days after Spite's post above. He asked her not to work with her, and Nano gladly agreed to it. Gladly agreed not to. Red only told me about this after it was done. It wasn't something we talked about beforehand, but I was okay with it. Nano never said anything about this to me, and we never talked about Spite. I shared my feelings, and the feelings Red expressed here, since he was the only other one who knew how I felt. What he said about negative comments I was getting was true. This wasn't included in Nano's or Spite's document at all, since they didn't say anything about it. I chose not to either. I lied about not knowing about Red's conversation with Nano and Spite to try and not make things worse for myself, which is understandable. anybody who had a problem with her saying that these type of lines throughout this document, I tell you what, be in her fucking position. When all this shit came down, be in her fucking position. I will admit to everything. Bullshit. Bullshit. You seeing everything you built being destroyed. Bullshit. As a Slipknot band member who tweaked their masks and still resembled the original, Mac Thompson, and said, if you knew who you are, you don't need to change. Yeah. For a minute there, Zachary, I think I was taking that as you are the Slipknot band member. If you are, awesome. But if you're just a fan, it's as a Slipknot band member said, the only tweaks their masks to still resemble the original, Mac Thompson said. Okay, there's the said. If you know who you are, you don't need to change. It's a lot of this is a fucking reach for both of them. I'm saying for Spite and Cinder, and I'll include Red in here, because a lot, it's like look here, see the right here, and I wish I could have a pointer right to mom, the little dog paws. I've never seen that on any of Cinder's models. That's unique to Spite. Okay? This is just fucking ridiculous. This is what I said in my apology. Once again, I had no involvement or knowledge of Red bringing up Spite in Nano in 2023. My own personal involvement, so excluding someone specifically from working Nano, was Silver. It's a half-truth, because Cinder didn't know Red brought it up to Nano until after it was agreed upon. So technically, she told the truth. Technically. Cinder was upset over what we both thought was Spite copying her. I saw Spite interacting with Nano and possibly with the intent trying to work with her. Went to Nano myself, asked her not to without talking to Cinder first. This is it was about one person, one artist they never worked with before, who was fine with agreeing to it. As far as I know, it never actually affected Spite. I never talked about Spite with any other artist, and I'm sorry to her for asking this of Nano. You both were being way too fucking paranoid. Yeah, that's the counter there. And once again, we have read these DMs. But then I tell Nano, I just want to ask if you're okay with it being a one Hellhound exclusive, and I feel real bad asking you something like this. Nano and I never talked about Spite. Here's me searching Spite in my own DMs with Nano. Okay, whatever. May 10th, 2023. The only other time Red ever talked about Spite with Nano was in the middle of another conversation they were having about Silvervale. Spite only came up with the conversation because what Nano said about being moved by Spite. I was talking shit about her with a trusted friend. Oh, that was a fucking mistake. True, I can agree, and yes, I can see the difference between both in Cinder and Spite. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody can, except for the people involved. My design elements and Nana Tails claims. I stated in my apology I was very perceptive and protective over my design. Like every other fucking VTuber on the planet. And its details before and around the time of my first debut. My fire and its color change effect was never been done on a VTuber before, and were my most unique design aspect. I was stressed and worried I missed out on capitalizing on this feature since my debut took a year and a half to happen after my character design was finished. Despite including an image of her messaging Nanotales on January 25th, 2023 in her document where she talked about the incident we had over my design. For no other reason, just to amuse themselves. The situation she referred to happened in September of 2021, 4 years ago, and 9 months before I debuted my first model. It was very early on in my career, and the first time I experienced someone copying me and my design. She didn't fucking copy you. This was settled between us, and we both went our separate way afterwards. This is what I said about Nanotales in my apology. I was wrong about the year this happened, which goes to show my composure at the time of writing. You made a couple typos in this document too, Senator. It's not a big fucking deal. My debut was 6/25/2020. This happened on September 10th, 2021. Nanotales is an AMSR artist who at one point posted a Hellhound OC for one of her upcoming ASMR videos. It was undoubtedly created using me as a reference. This is right after my debut, and like I said, I was very protective of my design elements being unique to me, and I overreacted. Shortly after, I apologized and agreed to adjust the character design. They agreed to adjust the character design, and I thought the matter was settled. I was going to say anything more about this than I did my apologies, since Nanotales in his own tweet about the situation almost 500,000 views when I look at the screenshot before it was deleted. I would like to go over her claims about what happened. Posted 4/26/2025, exact same time as Spite's document. See, that's a fucking fan. If it was Cinder, she wouldn't have done that. You can't blame content creators for what their fucking fans do. Because if you had control over how your fans' behavior is, this whole don't send harassment and hate to these would be effective. Stop being fucking stupid. This was the artwork she presented to the public. It was used in her ASMR video update uploaded on July 19, 2022. What? It's not even fucking close to Cinder. However, this artwork of her Hellhound character is not the one that was the problem over. September 9th, 2021, here's her original quote tweet about this character design on the Wayback Machine. In her messages to Spike, she called this character a dog girl when she called it a Hellhound girl here. I'm face palming. Not even fucking close. The color palette, outfit, all that. Just because there's fucking flames there doesn't mean she's fucking copying anybody. Jesus Christ, get over it. It's not here's the original artwork. It's not the artwork she presented in her tweet on April 26, 2025. I was upset how overly similar it was to my... It's not even fucking close. Not only because of the fire in her ears. It's not even fucking close. There are major differences here. The only thing that maybe you could possibly say is a copy is the fact she used a leather skirt. That's about it. I mean, not even fucking close. Other than the leather skirt, and she doesn't even have the rips thing in like Cinder does. Or is that like a fire thing there? Whatever. Come on. And maybe the little bracers on the tail, but they're not even the same. And you can't like... Christ, fucking VTubers and their goddamn models. You know? I don't know why she didn't post the actual artwork there. Was a dispute over in her tweet. Other than trying to make me look in her tweet, she claimed I sent my entire following to attack her because she made an ASMR roleplay with a Hellhound OC. I made her delete every tweet regarding it after it happened and states small careers like herself were just intimidated into silence. First of all, I didn't send anyone to attack her. This was long before she made ASMR role. thing. This is because of low confidence in oneself and not having faith in your talent. Because if you have faith in your talent and said, don't worry about it, he's not as good as you, this is not an issue. Let's just move on from it. No, she's doing it one time, it's not a big deal. It was after this that our friend acted on her own and commented on Nano's tweet to defend me, with another couple of our friends joining in. Okay, whatever. In the group chat with that same friend, Red, and another friend. Know what these two DMs tell me? She's fucking paranoid. For no real good reason, to be honest with you. She just had to accept the fact that there are going to be other hellhounds. There's going to be other people using flames in ears and flames on tails and all that shit. There's going to be female VTubers doing it. There are going to be male VTubers doing it. Get over it. I know it's easy for me to say that because, quite frankly, if someone wants to do a copy of an old man, why? That's my honest. Why? If you're gonna make that your original, your character, like, okay, but why? You know, be you. I know, because no, I did it first. You can't use a cane. You can't have gray hair. Like I said, get over it. To be honest with you. I messaged Nantail the same night to work things out privately, where I allegedly made her delete every tweet regarding it happened. To, and honestly, several people advised me not to, but I'm going to have it. I'm not going to have beef with you because I can't. It's not really worth it. So I request my artist to alter the outfit. If at the end of the day that means we can get over this. You don't have flames in the ears and tails. No, it's gonna fucking happen. As long as they're different flames. Now, if it's a one-to-one copy of it, yeah, be pissed. If it's not even fucking close, or don't even look alike, yeah, I was an inspiration. Cool. I'm flattered. Thank you. And you move the fuck on. In other words, I'm saying stop looking at this shit negatively and just look at it positive. Oh, I inspired them. I'm successful. People are wanting to resemble me or resemble my attributes because I'm successful. This is very flattering. Thank you. This is what low self-esteem does to you. Oh, they're going to destroy me because they're a quote-unquote hellhound that have flames. Yeah, it bothers me. This whole VTuber copying thing is just, it's just not Cinder. It's like the recent controversy and all that stuff. It's just fucking stupid. Below I said you should be careful with what artist gives you back in the future. It could lead to other situations like this before with someone else. It sounded a lot worse reading it back down, and that I meant it back then. I asked her to remove the only artwork tweet until the revisions were made, following her by saying, I'll remove the tweets if you remove yours. I agree. In which I agreed to. I'm sure like this Nanotales is being way too accommodating. You know, put it this way, Cinder came to me with this shit. I was like, you don't own the copyright on any of that stuff. There's differences. Just look. Color, type of flames, all that stuff. I suggest you get over it because I'm not changing it. Just accept it. These people who are saying I'm copying you, they're assholes. You just need to block them. And I'll tell my community, if they're doing it, I'll block them and ban them from my chat or ban them from my channel. They won't be able to look at my content ever again. No, fans who do this shit need to face repercussions doing it. Because this is a frequent thing that's happened in the VTuber community. Fans who do this bullshit just to stir up drama need to be fucking kicked out of the fucking community. Wrong that one, hurt your reputation and do things that are detrimental to how you want your community to be. It's like the be respectful or be banned. It's very black and white. If you're not respectful, I'm going to ban you. It's not that hard, really. And this should be a philosophy, I think, for all content creators, no matter who they are. If you're not going to be respectful, you're banned. I'm not going to deal with you. You're fucking gone. Even if they're doing something to quote unquote support me, I'll fucking ban you. If you're not respectful. Okay? But our diehard fans always become seriously protective of us when they get upset. Once again, they need to be punished. I mean, you can you can do a 2-week ban, you can do a month-long ban just to state, hey, I don't approve of this behavior, and if you're going to choose to do it, there's going to be consequences of it. This has to be something that needs to be started in the content creator world, not just the VTubing world, but across the spectrum, because this shit gets done in every genre of content creation. So this is something that content creators need to start doing. Even if it's done out of support of you, don't, if they're rude, calling people names, all that shit, just fucking ban them. And you make a public statement, you call them out publicly. I banned this person, even though their intention was to support me. I don't approve on how they do it, and they have been banned for X amount of weeks. So you lost a sub because of it. Do you really want to keep something like that toxic in your community to begin with? On her post later on September 10th, 2021, their tweet was posted at 5:50 p.m. Eastern Time. But this snapshot shows Pacific Time. Nano's tweet now has 8 comments. And searching on Twitter for replies to Nano's Nanotales from September 10th, 2021 to September 11th, 2021 shows a total of 2 comments, both from friends defending me. There were a handful of negative comments on her tweet at the most, far from her claim my entire following. Jesus Christ. Regarding the size of my entire following, it also says small careers like herself were just intimidated into silence. I did not intimidate her into silence about this, as shown in our DMs when this happened. We were both creators of similar size. Here's her YouTube channel size from September 14th, 2021. Here's my ASR channel size from October 12th, 2021. Cinder was just a Twitter account at this time. The entire situation with Nanotale was sorted out years ago and had no reason to be brought back up. To be honest with you, this whole model copying thing shouldn't have been brought up to begin with, because it just makes everybody look fucking bad. It does. Yes, I'm aware I did not and do not have exclusive right to have fire on my characters. Thank you for fucking finally admitting it. Specifically in my ears, it's my most iconic feature. But that doesn't make it only my feature. Your VTuber character design is something that represents you and the IP in an IP-driven world. Your design is very important to your brand. When someone adds similar details to their own design, or their design looks very similar, very inspired by yours, it can feel personal if you took a part of your it looks like they took a part of you for themselves. You can feel fucking flattered. I mean, what is with the VTubers feeling insulted about this? Why can't they feel flattered? You know? Because I'm pretty sure all VTubers are very aware there's going to be similarities. As I grew up, I become less concerned about other VTubers using fire elements like mine. I've seen many new VTubers with fire in their ears and many adding the swirls too, but fire with swirls has always been a common trope. While it bummed me out when everything around that detail looked as if they could be taken from me, I recognize that I probably inspire a lot of these people to design themselves that way. I do not and have not held it against any VTubers that have fire on them in their ears, have it change colors, or hellhounds, or have any other design elements they shared with me, moving past my feelings about spite in 2023. Good. But let's be honest, this was blown way out of fucking proportion. Really? By everybody? Once again? It shouldn't have been a big fucking deal. My friends would sometimes come to me about VTubers as seeing that they thought were copying my fire features like here, which made me feel justified in feeling bad about it. Like I wasn't alone. Nobody likes to feel like someone's copying or ripping off something as personal as their VTuber design. Not me, not Spite, and I'm sure not Silvervale either. At some point before I took a screenshot above, this friend deleted the message that I replied to, which is shown in this image from the day of these messages were sent. But I don't know when or why they deleted it. The hour discrepancy in the hour discrepancy in the time of these screenshots was because I was at the airport in CST at the time, in Central Time. I have friends with fire on them, friends with fire in their ears, friends with fire ears. It never bothered me that that's common with them. Here's an example. One of my friends from March 15th, 2023. Another friend from April 1st, 2023. I remember having a conversation, being happy about another friend having fire ears, but I think Apparently, this is just one page. Okay. Let me see what's going on in chat. Okay. More. That's exactly what happens when attention seekers just attempted to stir up controversy to only get a flashbang in their face. Yeah. True. Note, I was mentioning it about fans, not just creators. Just to clarify, not wanting to argue with people I care about. You know, cool. Zachary? Minor? I'm sorry. I'm a little fucking giddy at the moment. It could be from the stomach medicine I took. It was an alcoholic. I just wish I did have some alcohol, to be honest with you. It really would have helped getting through this document. No worries, I've killed bugs. Yeah. I just fucking killed a radioactive spider. I guess I can't become Spider-Man now. Not that I would want to. Hey, it's a difference between other content creators that are important to tell avatars apart. Without them, things would instantly go south. Well, my point is with VTubers, there are going to be similarities. I mean, look how many fucking shark girls are out there. Look how many fucking dog girls, cat girls, demon girls, some type of mythical being girls, and all that shit. There's going to be similarities. You can't fucking stop it. And the best thing to do is just get over it and move on, and just realize that everybody is not copying. You can say they're being inspired by you. You can say multiple things, but as long as it's not a one-for-one copy, I wouldn't be concerned. But then again, I'm a guy, and I'm at an age where I just say I don't give a fuck. I mean, it's like my PNG here. Nope, not that. You know, that's my PNG. That's basically my quote-unquote model. As long as someone doesn't do a one-for-one copy of it, I don't really fucking care. I don't have a copyright on being an old man. Because if I did, anybody above the age of 50 owes me money. Okay. In fact, hold on, let me make you a little bigger, please. Thank you. I didn't know I can flip you around. Cool. All right. Learned something new today. But like I said, it's not a big fucking deal. I don't own a copyright of holding a cane in my hand, or being bald on top, which actually my model has more hair than I actually do in real life. But it's not a big fucking deal. As long as it's not a one-for-one copy. All right. Same here. If I end up as a content creator, which at some point which I will at some point, I generally kick out fans of mine who think I'm copying something. Yeah. No, this is something that I'm gonna be honest, content creators need to do. They need to take their fans to task. If they see someone on Twitter going after another content creator, quote unquote, defending their content creator, or whatever way you want to put it, one, you got a couple, send them a message, whether through Twitter, or reply to the post. I don't approve of this. This is not my fan. And as soon as I find out who you are and what your name is on my channel or on my YouTube page, all that stuff, you're banned. There has to be ramifications for this shit, or else it's just going to keep happening. I myself plan on being both a content creator and a VTuber. Hey, go for it, dude. Go for it. You know, The worst, you know what the hardest part is, Zach? Hitting go live for the very first time. You know, just starting to do it. That's the hardest thing. That's what takes the longest, to get that confidence, that little bit of courage to actually hit the go live button. That's the hardest thing. Tell you what, I gotta go to do old man stuff. It's gonna take a little bit longer than usual. I'll find something for you all to watch that technically won't get me in trouble, you know. There is something I wanted to show you, which I thought, you know, it was a very good video. It was from Chibi Doki. Let me see if I can find it. About this situation. All right, there it is. All right, let me bring this up. All right, because I think, you know, it would be, you know, I've already watched this, so if you guys haven't seen it, here's your chance to see it. And, you know, when I come back after the video's end, you give me your takes on it. Let me, okay. I don't want to blast your ears off. Let me put it down by half. There you go.
What a normal day on the internet. Nothing has happened at all. Wow! Yippee! Guys, I'm already gonna say this, okay? Listen, every VTuber is gonna milk this for rent, so just go to every other VTuber, man. Every single one is gonna read through the entire, if you read through the entire doc, guys, listen, I read a good chunk of it, okay? Like, I read, like, half of it, like a freaking loser, okay? But, like, guys, if you go, like, I feel like people are just gonna go live. Gosh, guys, I seriously did. It's insane. Anytime, like, horrible things happen to people, I know, like, people who have rent is due, their mouth starts salivating. They're like, oh, I can't wait to go live and give my opinion. Guys, join my stream. I'm not directly involved, but you should come to my stream. Yes, for every gifted sub, I'll read a page. Guys, today is a dark day. Dude, I seriously need to do like a Google Doc-a-thon. You know? Every gifted sub, I'll read a page. Guys, lock in. Can I be honest? I was reading through the document. Guys, I was reading through... Basically, guys, I don't like to talk about... It's not even drama. It's just stuff that happened. It's just like... I read through like half of it, and I got to like a section in it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna get off Twitter. Because at this point... I already know what Twitter is like right now. Everyone hates each other. Like, dude, you think moments like this would bring people together and be like, oh yeah, let's go support the people who are nice. No, it's freaking chaos. It's evil. Everyone hates each other. It's an inferno. I literally almost deleted the app. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy, guys. Like, dude, it's insane. Oh my goodness, guys, I just don't even know what to say. I have opinions and stuff, but like, who am I? I'm not a drama tuber. But like, dude, Twitter is insane, guys. It's like, I genuinely think if you don't like someone or you don't like what they did and you don't want to like be around them, don't interact with them, don't give them the attention they want. You know what I mean? And I feel like if people followed that, Twitter would be a lot nicer, a lot chiller, bro. Because it's like crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's just insane on Twitter right now. Like, the things I see, like, people are even saying things, like, that are, like, too far on both sides. It's, oh my gosh, guys, like, please, you do not need to, like, do not do threats, do not harass. Like, it's insane, guys. Like, actually crazy. Don't do that, guys. If you don't have a Twitter, then you are living the best life you can right now. It's insane. Guys, I just want to clarify, I'm happy to talk about stuff, but don't ask about, like, what's your opinion? Who's right? Who's wrong? Guys, like, literally, I am not, like, if you want, like, drama discussion, I don't like the word drama, it sounds like petty stuff. If you want discussions about this kind of stuff, go to any other VTuber. Literally, every big VTuber will have they'll go through the whole thing, post a YouTube video on it, all that stuff, okay? I personally think, in my opinion, we can all have opinions and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, not everyone wants to be involved with all this stuff. I want to support people who are kind. I want to support people to be the best version of themselves they can be, and if they want to do that, that's good. But as if they, you know what I mean? Like, that's literally my opinion. I want to support people who've been through stuff. I want to be kind to everyone, and I want people to be the best version of themselves they can be, and that's it. Literally, that is it. I think at the end of the day, it's like, dude, it's just crazy, and people are gonna, like, milk this. It sucks whenever, like, guys, I've been through things where, like, people have been mean to me and stuff like that, and it gets milked for, like, drama videos and stuff, and it's, like, it's not a good feeling from anyone's perspective, you know? Like, it's, like, even, like, the people who are, like, hurt, it's, like, man, like, great, my negativity, my situation is paying people's, but, like, it's a bad situation, you know? Like, I don't think drama content is bad, but, like, it just is a way on the heart, you know? Especially when you're a fan, you know?
Where are their cheese
You know,
balls?
like when you're a fan of something, you're like, oh, dude, that sucks. I don't want to, like, yeah. Guys, I'm gonna say something controversial. Have I been bullied and blacklisted and people have been mean to me in the VTubing sphere? Oh, absolutely. Do I care? Not really. Because, guys, I've been through 10 times worse what these girls do to me. Like, not anyone specific, you wouldn't even know. But, like, dude, I've been through way worse. Like that. And you wanna know my take on bullying? And instigating and all this stuff, I would rather it be me because I can live through it. I've lived through everything, guys. I've lived through the worst bullying you can imagine. I've lived through it all. But if it was another girl, another weird girl, oh, I don't know if she could make it. I say this all the time. Like, when I was a kid, people were like, well, if you could go back, would you take back the bullying? No, because they would have bullied someone else, and who knows if she would have lived. Who knows if she could make it through it. Like, seriously. It's just, guys, I'm, like, such an empathetic person. Whenever stuff like this happens, it really weighs on my mood. Like, I'll try and, like, make jokes and stuff like that, but, like, it's, funnily enough, it's not even really the situation that weighs on me. It's the way people react to it. And I think because, like, the pooling of negative, like, energy just gets to me, you know? Like, people are just mad at each other and all that stuff. And I really recommend, it's really corny and it's really stupid. But I really recommend, guys, be nice to each other. Like, literally, be nice, be kind. Like, don't be a jerk, be nice. People are gonna agree and disagree, and people are gonna do what they want to do, and that's their prerogative. You just gotta be good. Be nice. You're more than welcome if you guys, like, need somewhere to be or, like, to talk about what's going on. You can in the chat. That's totally fine. Please don't feel like it's a banned topic here. I just ask that you don't pressure me to, like, have an opinion on every little thing. Because, like, growing up is realizing, guys, a lot of us just want to make videos. A lot of us just want to play games. A lot of us just want to stream. And our opinions literally, like, look, guys, the core of my being is I believe in cheering on kind people and letting people be the person they want to be, the best person. So it's like literally my opinion in 9 out of 10 situations is that. Is literally that. And that applies in many ways, so. I just ask that you don't be like, what's your, like, this and that and this and that. Nothing but love for good people. That's it. That's literally it. That's it. Just because also I hate to say it, but I don't have a PR team. I don't know what to say. Because, like, dude, anytime I get involved with anything, I'll say something and people are like, you did not say this perfect. The way you worded things. You used the word me 2 times in the sentence, which means you made it about yourself, which makes me mad at you. So, basically, I'm gonna dox your family. And I'm like, I don't know, like, guys, I'm stupid. I don't know how to word things. Assume the best of people. You know what I mean? Motherfucker, I don't know what to say. I try to be nice. People are like, nah. But yeah, no, if you're directly involved, like maybe you're like fans of these people or anything, much love to you. And if you need someone to hang out or someone to talk to, chat's really nice. And I get it, dude. People, like, it's really stupid. People make fun of VTuber fans being like, oh, it's just an anime girl. Nah, dude, I understand how much streamers do for you. Doesn't matter if they're a VTuber or not, you know? Like, whenever, like, you wake up and you have no one to talk to, but, you know, your favorite streamer's live, it fills the void, you know? So, you know, Yeah, so I get it, and people will try to like undermine like your sensitivity to the situation, being like, oh, you guys are losers. You're not losers. They're losers. They don't get it. It's people don't understand what it's like that you don't have anyone, or maybe they're just a comfort, or and I totally understand. So if you're going through a lot right now, please don't let the internet make fun of you, because people will, but they'll make fun of anyone. So you're okay. Yeah, people just don't understand what it's like to, not have anything and then latch onto a creator. I've been there. Why do you think I'm hanging out with Ray and Matt today? Max is just a freeloader. He's just a freeloader. He's just a freeloader. Like, I totally understand. I get it, guys. But yeah, be kind to each other. VTubers are real people. Oh, absolutely. That's the thing. Like, if there's one thing I can say about everything that's going on right now, guys, use your head. VTubers and streamers are real people who are capable of doing anything with their platform, just as a flesh tuber could. I think it's very good to have conversations about things and things that happen, because things repeat if you don't talk about them. Absolutely. And, like, anyone is capable of anything. I mean, like, just because they're a cute anime girl who shows you their good side, and by the way, this is not about Cinder or anything, because I know this is maybe an opinion people will not really like. I personally hope she's okay. I mean, like, I hope everyone's okay, and I think that's, maybe people won't like my opinion on that. At the end of the day, I understand doing wrong things. She's admitted to it all and all that. Like, I read a lot of it. I still hope she's okay. Like, I don't, like, I just, like, the things people are saying on Twitter is, like, really sad, and I hope everyone involved is okay. Like, it just makes me so sad. Like, because it's, like, I don't know. That's just how I feel. And it's not that I believe what they did is okay or anything. I just hope everyone's okay. But I'm not the kind of person to ever celebrate someone's downfall or wish them ill or anything. And so I know that's not an opinion a lot of people like, but nothing but love for everyone involved in. And I hope people do better. I'll say that. Like, just because I hope you're okay doesn't mean you can't do better. You can't be a better person, Listen, I was a little jerk in middle school. I understand being, I get it, dude. But yeah, be kind to each other. Be nice. But yeah, I think it's just it's very important to remember that streamers are people and people are flawed. And it just means, it is what it is.
GB being the voice of reason in the madhouse.
I'm not the voice of reason. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
Alright, yeah. So you can let me know what you thought of that. Hold on, let me get the right thing back up. There we are. Yeah, you can if you want to comment on Chibi's video, go ahead and do so. Hopefully I got my mic on. That'd probably be a good idea to make sure. Yeah, I don't want to repeat from earlier today. Okay, we're back to the document. This looks to be a fairly short message to the Power Pups. To any current or former Power Pups, I'm so sorry to each and every one of you that I've disappointed. I can't imagine what it must have felt like to have someone you looked up to be revealed as a monster and your community torn apart. I made a poorly put together statement and disappeared, leaving you all angry, confused, and lost. Many of you lost faith in me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I haven't said anything sooner, but I hope now you can at least understand why. I received messages from many Power Pups who were hurt. Some of these people I personally knew and met in person. It broke my heart hearing how many of them view me after this. But I understand. To any Power Pups who choose not to support me going forward, I can accept that. Thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. I'm glad to be your Omaki Oshi, your Oshi. Well, it's just to leave it like that. For the time I was. I only ask you that you continue to love and support your new favorite content creators the same way you did for me. I also got a lot of messages from Power Pups in support of me, encouraging me to go on. To those of you who continue to believe in me, thank you. I appreciate you keeping the fire of the community burning all this time. I've read your messages, and they have given me hope that I can make it through this. You show me there's something to come back to. That includes the moderators who stuck around and managed my Discord server and the community in my absence. Can't thank you enough for your help keeping everyone together. To anyone who sent hate, harassment in support of me, you're not a power pup. You're not my fan. You're deplorable, disgusting. I don't want anything to do with you. I never condone or encourage that behavior from anyone for any reason. And circumstances I haven't made me sacrifice my morals. That goes for anyone who does the same after this document is posted. What's done is done. And regardless of what I've said in this document, it's not an excuse to harass anyone named here. Leave them alone, or you will be removed from my community. I want to sincerely apologize again to anyone who's been affected by these people. To the Power Pups have been the best community I could ever ask for. I've been incredibly lucky to have them. They have never been just numbers to me. I love going live, talking to them for hours on end. Hanging out with them made me smile when I was upset, and always been there for me. They're the reason why I was able to do any of the cool things I could. Not only have they shown me immense kindness for the time I've been streaming, they have done the same for each other. They had each other's back, help each other when they can, encourage each other, and are a positive force to anyone they interact with. This is true. That's been my personal experience interacting with Sinder's community. They are so talented, and I'm grateful for the vast amount of fan art I've gotten from them too. Even if they aren't supporting me anymore, or if I'm no longer around, or if I was no longer around, I know now that the Power Pups will continue to mean much more than just being a fan of mine. They're incredibly strong, loving, and I'm very proud of them. I will always be indebted to them for everything they have done for me. Red, hey Gan, I need to apologize to all of you. It's my fault any of this happened in the first place. My mistake sent Cinder into hiding and left you all questioning what to do. I'm sorry I caused all of this. I hope you can still support Cinder and the projects we create in the future. Thank you to those who stuck around. Your support has been a big help. Well, at least he finally got around to a minute. Just saying. Looking ahead. Earlier this year, my world fell apart. I lost my friends, my fans, opportunities I could only ever dream of. But some things needed to fall apart in order to rebuild them back better. I'm choosing to look on the bright side. No, that's a good attitude. I needed something to break me out of my cycle of working all day, every day, and adjust my lifestyle for a healthier work-life balance. This was long overdue reminder that the friends I've made should have been the most important thing in the world to me. And I should have put more time and energy into my relationships with them outside of work we did together. They were supposed to be by my side even when I'm not Cinder anymore. I lost sight of that in my never-ending pursuit of the next big thing. It forced me to recognize that through my own actions or inactions, I was hurting people that only wanted the best for me. If ever given the chance, I don't plan on making that mistake again. Despite that everything that happened, I forgive my friends. I don't hold anything against my friends who weren't involved. The artists I work with, the business partners, former mods, for anything they did after this all happened. And I'm sorry how they were affected by this. Got bug bite. Sorry. I'm easily distracted sometimes. I had more than enough time to think everything over and over again. Obviously, the root cause of almost everything that happened was because of poor communication between Red and I. Between me and my friends, and between them and me, and poor decisions made under pressure. I was under pressure from Red about his feelings about Val that made me distance myself from her. Pressure on myself that made me choose V-Card over going to Numi's concert. And pressure from harassment and my insecurities that led to me cutting off Silvervale from Nano's model. Red and I both had plenty of time to talk things out with people, and neither of us did. Everything that was made public could have been settled privately. Is that the fucking truth? This has set an awful precedent for the entirety of the VTuber community, which I feel has become more decisive, drama-filled since this has happened. Sort of, yeah. The VShojo blow up really made things worse. And prevalent of Google Docs, or goddamn. Which I feel has become I've always had problems with communicating with people. I will do my best to be more open about what I'm thinking and feeling to them. Even it's difficult to avoid any other situation like this from ever happening again. Red and I both made mistakes. We aren't perfect people, but we aren't evil either. We tried to contact anyone we owe an apology to personally, even if the apology to them was in this document, and hope to move on. I don't blame the internet for being the internet. Well, you know, making memes at my expense, countless news and drama channels farming for views. It's just business. There's a little bit of a clapback there. There's the clapback Cinder right there. This is just another Google Docky. But I didn't want to hide this for the rest of my life, and I couldn't let my legacy be decided by anyone other than myself. Now there's nothing else for me to say, and I can finally look ahead. I'm ready to return doing what I love, even if it's on a smaller scale. I want to stream again. I want to create again. I want to inspire people again. I want to be someone people can look up to again. I love being a VTuber. I love being Cinder. Thank you for reading. Thank you for waiting. Okay. Okay. That's the Cinder doc. All right. Let's see. It only took, let's see, about 2.5 days for me to get through. Yeesh. Just saying. What? Let me go through this real fast. It was fair. Yeah, Shylily's not evil either. Yeah, agree with JJ. She's way too she's way too forgiving that quickly. Well, I agree, TJ. Well, I think I kind of did this earlier, but I'm going to go into more context now. And yes, I will get into Tectone's response to all this here in a minute. No one's coming out of there smelling like roses. That's obvious. Nobody. Everybody's going to take a hit. And who's going to take the worst hit? I'll show you. I think I showed you earlier. That's who's going to take is going to get the brunt of it. Nanoless. Now, you're free to disagree with me about this. I don't have a problem with that. Nanoless was the mastermind. Like I said, the puppet master. Pulling all the strings, making everybody dance to her tune to get out of Cinder's shadow. And she's the one that's panicking the most. Tells me a lot. Tells me I'm right. And I'm being very blunt about it. It tells me I'm right. That she was the mastermind behind all this. She's the one that gained the most. I mean, I know everybody's pointing to Shylily's numbers and all that shit. Those numbers would happen regardless. It just, no, because of the Google Doc, they happen just a little bit faster. But projections of Shylily's channel and everybody else involved in this as large VTubers, Shylily, Bao, Silvervale, Numi, Spite. I don't know Nanotales. The first time I heard Nanotales was when I went through this document. All were trending up because once you have made that connection with the audience, sort of like how my growth is happening. People talk to other people and they go, and those people come to the channel and either subscribe or not subscribe. Okay, that's kind of how this shit works. But Nanoless exploded after that Google Doc. She got a lot of followers on Twitch. She got a lot of followers on X/Twitter. She got a lot of high-profile commissions to do models and all that. She gained a lot. She gained this reputation of an artist that was in so high of demand that one of her clients was, quote unquote, sabotaging people's career to keep her away from making models for them. That she was so freaking talented that her models equal success, and everybody went with that narrative. Like I said, what's the big deal having a Nanoless model? Did it look good? Yeah, they look good. I'm not begrudging her talent, but I'm also saying there's artists out there that are just as talented and some even better than Nanoless. And there's some that, that are just as talented as Nanoless that are not getting commissions. They're not getting the help that Nanoless got to reach the level that she is now. All this is over a fucking artist, people. No one's career was threatened. Just because they don't have a Nanoless model, if that's the reason for their success, shit, Saba shouldn't have the success she has, because that's not a Nanoless model she's using. Doobie is not using a Nanoless model. Nini Nightmare is not using a Nanoless model. Hell, Iron Mouse. What, she's like on her 150th model and it's not a Nanoless model? I mean, come on. Yeah, she's a talented artist, but she's not the key to success. Your career's not going to end if you don't have her model. A model made by her. Just saying. It goes back to, what's the big fucking deal about Nanoless? Other than the fact she was Cinder's artist. And Sinder was way too overprotective of her. Sinder and Red were way too accommodating to her, which she manipulated those two a lot over the years. Guilt tripped them a lot. You can see it in the DMs. Now, I'm not calling for Nanoless to be canceled, by the way. I just want to make that clear. I'm not calling for her to be canceled or deplatformed or whatever you want to say. But there's going to be repercussions. Let's not kid ourselves. And let's be honest with ourselves. Regardless to what Sinder said in her document, which I totally agree with, by the way, not to attack these people. Okay? But I'm someone who deals with the reality of how people are going to react on the internet. It's going to fucking happen. Everybody involved in this document is going to receive a certain amount of hate from people. Your major players being Nanoless, Shylily, Cinder, and Red. Those 4 people, Nanoless, Shylily, Cinder, and Red, are going to get hate for a little while. Especially if they make a public statement, which is why I believe there is a possibility that they won't, because they don't want to deal with this shit. It's been 5 months. They kind of moved on from it, so on and so forth. But they may, which I think will be a big fucking mistake, to be honest with you. But they may. That being said, I do believe, as far as what's true here, okay, this is just talking about truth. This is not like, oh, this is an evil fucking person, by the way. And I'll briefly go over the legality of this stuff real fast. Okay, can Cinder sue for defamation, tortious information, interference? Yes. But would she win? It's a 50-50 shot. Will it be expensive? Oh, fuck yeah. Because a lot of this is international. Shylily lives in the Netherlands. Nanoless lives in Brazil. You have to hire an international lawyer. You're going to have to file a lawsuit, not just in America, but in their home countries too. And that means that Cinder and Red will have to go to the Netherlands, and Cinder and Red will have to go to Brazil and do all this shit. Which will take time out of their chances to recover, not only financially, but their connections with their fan base, with Cinder's fan base, and all that stuff. So I find that's going to be very unlikely that they're going to do a silver suit. Now, as far as Nanoless and the Brazilian internet privacy laws, and since Nanoless did break a NDA with Red, the only thing, from what I've been told, I don't know if this is 100% true. I'm just being honest. Red can press charges, but he would have to go to Brazil to do it. And it's only Red. It's not Cinder. Only Red can do it. Because he's the only one who had evidence of saying, basically, this is just between us. You can't tell anybody else, including Cinder. And Nanoless agreed. And then proceeded to take those DMs and make them public. Basically breaking the NDA. That's only true with Red. It's not true with Cinder. So with that being said, do I think it's likely that Red will do that? If I was to give you odds, I would say it's maybe around 25% chance of that happening. I mean, that's Red and basically Cinder's decision. Okay, because at that point, they're literally trying to destroy her. And I don't know if they want to go through that whole reputation of like destroying somebody. Trying to fix my screen here a little bit. And stop that. You just, no, it's just annoying me. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure, just like everybody else that's involved with this, they just want to move on from it. They spoke in their piece, and they're like, okay, we can move on. Now, let's talk about Shylily for a little bit. Is Shylily some great, as Cinder put it, some comic book villain? No. Uh, she's not this great evil entity that Cinder has made her out to be. She's not this great fucking mastermind. All right. I personally believe that Shylily was manipulated just as much as everybody else by Nanoless. That's just my opinion. Now you're free to disagree with that, but that's just my opinion. And I'll be honest, in Cinder's doc, it kind of backs up that claim. Because who started it all? It was Nanoless. She's the one that went to Shylily to show her DMs. If Nanoless didn't do that, this wouldn't have happened. What I'm basically saying, I don't think there was ever a conversation between Nanoless and Shylily where Shylily went, hey, give me some dirt on Cinder. I don't think that happened. To be honest with you. Do I think Shylily didn't like Cinder for a while? Yeah. Why? No, I can say jealousy. I can say that she was a rival. She felt threatened, all this stuff. Now, it could be that. Or it could be just like simple, she just didn't like her for no reason at all. You know? So, is Shylily this big evil mastermind? No. Should she get a lot of hate and people attacking her? I will say no, but I know it's going to happen. It was happening before anyways. People were going after Shylily before anyways. Shylily is petty, but here's the thing. That's nothing unique to her. There's a lot of VTubers and content creators who are fucking petty. It's just not Shylily, people. There's a lot of them. And they don't get hate for it. You know? Let's talk about Bao. If I would say there was actually a true victim in all this, in this whole situation, is Bao. Why am I saying that? One, she was manipulated by Nanoless and Shylily when she was at a vulnerable time of her life, coming out of surgery by her own admission, not being in the right mental space. And Nanoless and Shylily were aware of this. Okay. Excuse me for a minute. I think if she wasn't in that bad mental place and was was thinking clearly, I personally believe she would have reached out to Cinder. She would have defied the great Shylily that was the way everybody puts her. Now I've done the snarky queen of the indie VTubers thing. But I personally feel Bao would have defied everybody and done the unexpected and be the one that would have reached out to Cinder. Because of her reputation of being kind and caring. You know? She's never been, unlike streams where Shylily has flown off the handle for over minor things, that hasn't happened with Bao. Typically, when she flew off the handle, she had a valid reason. Being scammed and all that stuff by a manager. So, yeah. I think Bao would have reached out to Cinder if she wasn't dealing with the situation she was in. Now, let's talk about Silvervale. I would be honest, I always gave Silvervale a pass because of the V Shoujo stuff. I will say this. She needs fucking help. She needs a professional to talk to. I'm not saying she's fucking crazy, but she has a lot of emotional baggage that she needs to get off of her. And it's just this is not something that's going to be resolved by talking to friends or her mom. She needs to talk to a professional who's not going to judge her or anything, nor be overly supportive, and give her clarity about some of the things she did, how she overreacted in a lot of cases in her dealings with Sinder, and her inability to say, hey, I just don't fucking want to be associated with you, so fuck off. If Sinder would have gotten that message from Silvervale, well, guess what? Back in 2021, that would have been the end of it. I'm also kind of surprised Cotton wasn't brought up in Cinder's document, because there's this allegation that Cotton hurt one of their friends, whoever this mysterious friend is. But I will say this: bravo to Cotton for not making a big fucking deal about this. Yeah, under Nanoless's tweet, Cotton was rightfully so angry because of what Red said, you know, and because he Nanoless brought her into this by showing what Red said about her hurting one of their friends. Okay, once again, all this should have been stayed private. All this should have been resolved behind the scenes. But since it wasn't, Cotton was dragged into a situation that really didn't fucking involve her. You know, like Shylily did with Numi. Both Cotton and Numi weren't really involved with it. They weren't. I mean, yeah, they requested models from Nano. Cotton did. I don't think Numi did. I didn't see anything in Cinder's document about Numi requesting a Nano model. In fact, in Nano's video is like on April 26th, she kind of says, I guess we're friends now. That gives me a clear indication that's the first time Nano ever talked to Numi. So a lot of people got dragged into this who weren't really involved. Now, as far as Silvervale, there's enough blame on both sides on that one, to be honest with you. And I will talk about when I talk about Cinder. Spite. A bunch of fucking coincidence, and it's goddamn stupid. On all parties. It just was fucking stupid. This is the prevalent paranoia of VTubers. Oh, they're copying me. And last time that happened on Twitter, people blast that VTuber for saying that, because like, she has wings. Yeah, she's a demon girl. You don't have a copyright on demon girl. And it's different. The color power is different. The wing design is different. The horn design is different. The outfit is fucking... What the fuck are you talking about? And with Cinder's own admission saying, yeah, I don't own the copyright on flames in my ears and flames on my tail. She finally came to the realization there are going to be more hellhounds. There are going to be more Cerberus VTubers, female ones, because I don't think she really gives a flying fuck about the man ones, as far as copying her. And she grew up a little bit. It's like, it's gonna fucking happen. I know that now. I wish she came to the realization sooner. I wish that she would would have been encouraged. Hey, this is flattery. They were inspired by you, so you're being successful. So people are gonna be inspired by your design. It's gonna happen. So as long as it's not a one-for-one copy of you, just be happy that you're inspiring people. But that's not what happened. Okay, whether it was Red got in her ear about it, or her friends, or whatever, fans. Sorry. It just, it's all around just a stupid situation. And the same thing with Nanotales. Just another fucking stupid situation. Yeah, people got into Cinder's head and made her, quite frankly, come off like very petty. There's no other way to put it. Cinder in the spite and the Nanotales things was very petty over something that she doesn't have true ownership over. All right. Let's talk about Red. Let's first talk about Red's behavior at the time of all this, the last 4 years of being Cinder's manager. He was very unprofessional, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. Was very unprofessional. She, Red, shouldn't be gossiping with vendors. Shouldn't be talking about other VTubers or other talented people. Why? Because he's not their manager. He's the manager of the Cinder brand and should have been focused on that alone. That's it. I've said this numerous times. I'll say it one more time. There has to be a line when you're having discussions about business where you go in one direction, you're way too friendly, and others doing gossip, because that would cause fucking drama. And once again, a manager's number one job is to keep their client out of drama. The second thing about Red, it fucking took him long enough to stand up and take accountability. Regardless if him and Cinder were split up, he should have gone to X and say, hey, I said that stuff. Cinder didn't know. We're two separate people. All the stuff you put on Cinder, it was me. She didn't know. She didn't approve of it. We're not one being. If you want to hate someone, hate me. And he didn't do that. So Cinder got both barrels to the face. I'm not saying if he did, she wouldn't have gotten canceled or she wouldn't have gotten hate, but maybe it would turn down the flames a little bit if Red would have came out back in April and said, yeah, I did that shit. Not Cinder, I did that shit. That was on me. Me telling Nano not to work with Bal and Cotton, Cinder didn't know about that. We fought about that. And she got mad at me for it, about what I was saying about Bal. If anybody was backstabbing people, it was Red. The only one that Cinder kind of was fully on board with was Silvervale. The spite thing, Red admitted that Cinder didn't know about until afterwards. The Bao model being canceled, that's 100% on Nanoless. Red was not even involved in that. There's no DMs out there of Red ever saying cancel models, even in the exclusivity deal. It's like, finish what you got for them, and after that, just don't take any more work from them. He never said in that exclusivity deal, okay, you're doing a model for Silvervale, okay, tell her that you canceled because you're exclusive with us. He never said that. So this whole sabotaging careers, it's a fucking artist. There's not a whole bunch of out there that would be willing to do your models for you at the same quality. All right, Cinder. What's Cinder guilty of? Being a bad friend. Not keeping an eye on her business, her brand, as thoroughly as she should have. All right. If Cinder would have looked at Red's DMs and how he was talking and discussing her friends, she could have put a stop to it. She did. She just was concerned about being the entertainer. She also had to be involved on the business side of things because it affects her reputation, which affects her being an entertainer. By their own admission, Red had to walk back a few things she has said about people because Cinder told him to, that she didn't prove it. Now, the new me stuff was settled. Okay, that's when Cinder come the realization of how she was behaving with her friends and was making an attempt to rectify that. But when this Google Doc drop, which was evident about how she was trying to work things out with Shylily. The problem is she shouldn't have just tried to work things out with Shylily. She knew Red had a problem with Bao. She should also reached out to Bao and say, hey, Red has a problem with you. He's been saying this shit about you. And can you guys just work it out? You know? And, you know, to be honest with you, that's the new me stuff and the Bao stuff are the big two things, Bao especially, that led to people getting upset with Cinder because of Red's actions. The new me stuff was her actions. She put business before a friend. Granted, how it all played out wasn't her fault. Gamersub pushed back the V-card stuff. And she made commitments to Shylily to do a collab to help promote the V-card stuff, which was Shylily's baby. And Cinder put way too much pressure with that title of partial owner of Gamersubs. Let's talk about that for a quick second. 10%, no 10% ownership of a company means jack shit. You have a vote worth 10%, which is not very much. You can't decide who's on the board or anything like that with just 10%. All it is means you had owned 10% of the company and have an empty title. That's it. You don't have any say on how that company's run because someone owns 49%. And she did give it up, that ownership, back in April. So technically, Shylily gave her got what she wanted. It's just that Cinder didn't give her the satisfaction of letting her know until after her Google Doc dropped. Now, let's quickly talk about Gamersubs. The whole dropping Cinder merch close to Silvervale merch is kind of tilting your head, kind of like, what you trying to do here? There's, for a while there's been this whole copying thing going on between her and them. Why are you trying to force those two together? You're instigating this negative emotion between them, which could blow up in your face, which it did blow up in GamerSub's face. I blame GamerSubs for it. I don't blame Shylily for it. I don't blame Silvervale for it. And I don't blame Sinder for it. I blame GamerSubs for it. Because they were aware. They just chose to ignore it. Or saying, hey, when we put those two to release those two to get close together, it's very profitable. They put business before talent. It's whatever made them the most money. That's what they were going to do. Because they're a fucking corporation. It wasn't probably just one person. It was a corporate decision. You know? All right. That's pretty much all the players involved, really. Okay, like I said, there's enough blame to go around. No one's going to come out of this smelling like roses. No one's going to not come out of this without people making comments about them, because no, that's just the nature of people. But it doesn't matter whether I think it's bad or not. It's just what's fucking going to happen. And it doesn't matter who disapproves of it. It's just fucking going to happen. And we just got either, ignore it, hit the block button, hit the mute button, all that shit. All right? It's just going to fucking happen. All right? Once again, if I was like the other people involved in this, and after they read Cinder's doc, I would just keep my fucking mouth shut. Write out this little bumpy water and get to the smooth water. The fastest way to do that is just keep your fucking mouth shut. I mean, the one that should be panicking the most is, because right now she doesn't know don't know what's going to happen. Because she's probably aware about the Brazilian law more than I do. And she may be sitting there going, oh, hope they don't press charges against me. Because it's a criminal offense. It's not a civil thing. It's criminal. So I'm sure Nanoless is sweating bullets right now. I'm just saying. All right. Let's go here. And let's talk about this. But let's talk about Saba, which I wanted to do this past week back. We'll save that for another time. Okay, hold on. Let me pause this. All right. Let's talk about this video by Tectone. It's only 2 minutes. I'm going to just let it play through. If you haven't heard this, and this is the first time you're hearing about it, here you go.
I've read the entire 1,000-page documentary that Sinder put. Admittedly, I used a little bit of text-to-speech so I could take a break when I didn't feel like locking in. But yeah, here's my TLDR, here's my take. I'm going to get this as quickly as possible. If you wanted to read this and have your opinion of Sinder change, that is not going to happen. She's still a piece of shit. She's a bad friend, and she's in it for the money. She's in it for the clout. She's not in it for anything else. Now, I would like to say 95% of content creators are exactly the same. Okay, I don't give a fuck whether you're FaZe, OTK, or fucking AMP. Everybody's pretending to be fucking friends to get better content. Alright, surprise, surprise. It's no different in the VTuber sphere. You think all of VShojo fucks with each other? Yeah, fucking right. There's a reason why they had to be paid to do content with each other. Let's just fucking relax. Do I think this means that Sinder can never be watched again? No, you can watch her. Who cares? I just don't think anybody's going to want to collab with her, and that's honestly fucking fine. Yeah, Sinder came off as very confused, very stupid, and very narcissistic, and very paranoid in this entire document. She thinks all this was orchestrated to take her down. No, Sinder, the reality is you were just a horrible friend, and your friends just didn't fuck with you anymore, and that's pretty much it. And they wanted to warn everybody else that that's what they're getting into, and to be honest, I think that's fine to warn content creators about other content creators for a behavior that they have been proven to show as well as proven. These aren't allegations. This is things that you admitted to. Next up, People were trying, or Cinder was trying to say that Shylily was manipulative. No, she wasn't. Um, to be completely honest, best case scenario, Shylily was like, just being a good friend, and worst case scenario, maybe Shylily was a little bit too trusting. That's pretty much it. To be honest, I don't fault her at all, but that's just my opinion. Um, the only big update from this document was probably Nano's behavior being pretty damn manipulative. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of cherry picking screenshots in a very specific order that made them seem a lot more innocent when they were. When in reality, they also have guilt to blame for this. And honestly, I do believe that Nano should apologize. Last up, Cinder's going after Silvervale. Cinder, you just come off as obsessive and weird when you're talking about Silver. And honestly, you come off as obsessive and weird when you talk about Lily as well. I think you just need to relax a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Cinder is still a proven bad friend. Cinder is still, in it for the money, in it for the clout. Nano was kind of shown to be a lot more shitty than people were thinking they were. And that's pretty much it. That's the TLDR. I hope you enjoyed. I really don't give a fuck about any of this because it seems like a drama for children. Anyways, you see Hassan electrocute his dog. It was crazy. This is now my third time.
All right, let's talk about this real fast. He's wrong. All right, let's get something right out of the gate about Tectone. He's a ride and die friend, and he's friends with Shylily. This is not a fucking secret. He's a ride and die friend. He will never say anything bad about his friends until they say something bad about him. No, fine. But that's not really being a fucking friend, in my opinion. When your friend fucks up, a real friend will say, hey, you fucked up. And this is me being a friend to you. You were wrong. Shylily was wrong. You can say, I've been saying that Shylily was manipulated by Nanoless. I fully believe that. But the way that she went after Cinder was wrong. Because I hate to tell Tectone and everybody else, Shylily has done similar things. Shylily has been a bad friend. It's just no one's never dropped a Google Doc about her. That's it. That's the only difference. I'm sure there's a lot of VTubers out there that can drop a Google Doc about how Shylily treated them. You have former boyfriends of Shylily that could drop a Google Doc about how she treated them. It just hasn't happened yet. And that's the truth. It just hasn't happened to her yet. I have a feeling it's going to. It happens to everybody. Eventually. Someone's going to either drop a Google Doc, make a fucking video about some minor complaint that's going to be blown out of fucking proportion to the 10th degree. What Tectone doesn't grasp. Okay. Once Cinder admitted that she was a bad friend, she takes accountability. She should get respect for that. She doesn't hide her mistakes like some of other Tectone's friends that likes to post rape artwork and thumbnails, bully gay content creators, and betray his friends. And if anybody ever saw that Twitter post, you know who I'm fucking talking about. He's friends with Tectone. Quite frankly, he rides Tectone's dick like a fucking horse, to be honest with you. All right. he's giving a pass to Shylily when she shouldn't get a pass. Not being honest. Okay. And he's trying to say all this shit should still be on Cinder's shoulder. No, 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 no. Yeah, is it this a big giant nothing burger? Yeah, but it's been blown out as to such proportion that it has made a division in a community, a big fucking trench in the VTuber community. Because people were immature and just didn't want to talk to each other. Or say exactly how they feel to each other. Which would have put a kibosh on, I would say, about 98% of this. The other 2%, which was basically the whole model copying thing, people wouldn't give a shit about. All right. People wouldn't give a flying fuck about it. All these allegations that Sinder did stuff, that her and Red are this magical one being that knows everything about each other, which Tectone should realize is such bullshit, considering the shit that he's gone through. You're wrong. Your take is wrong. I don't think Sinder is a clout chaser any more than I am. Do I want my name to become popular? Yeah. So in some ways, yeah, I'm a clout chaser. I don't have any illusions about my content. It's all geared to get subscribers and views. Like every other fucking content creator on any platform. It's just how you do it is different. All right. Did Sinder make some decisions based on business? Yes. Just like every other content creator. Just like Shylily has. Just like Bal has. Just like Silvervale has. Just like Numi has. Just like Spite has. That doesn't make doesn't make Sinder a horrible human being. And the way you put it is just like she's a horrible human being. Then you toss in, oh, I'm a content creator. Well, you should have worded it better. You should say Cinder's just like every content creator. They want notoriety, which is clout. They put business first before friends. Sometimes. And they want subscribers and views. That's true but the way he put it, it was like he started off like this is only unique to Sinder, and then tags this, oh, all content creators do this shit. And then he rolls off some people these names, OTK, ATF, whatever fuck it is, because I don't really give a shit about knowing these people. Mythic does it. And encourages the people who have signed with them in their agency, in their corporation, to do it too. And they will pay them to collab together. Just like VShojo did. Mythic is no different than VShojo. If they have a sponsorship and the sponsor says, hey, we want these two people to collab, Mythic will approach those two talents, and that's it, because they got more than just VTubers, and pay them to collab. Sponsors do that shit so they can promote their product and get more people to buy that product, especially if it's a video game company. What the fuck are you talking about? And he's aware of this, by the way. He says similar things on his streams. He's very much aware of this. He just doesn't know how to say it correctly. He's playing this. He's trying to protect his friend from her own behavior, which is not going to work. Well, but one of the reasons why it's not going to work, not too many people like Tectone, nor do they care about his opinion about other people. Okay. I mean, I have said this before. I respect Tectone. I kind of like him as a person. And I do sympathize with the shit that he's going through. But when you're fucking wrong, you're fucking wrong. You know? All this could have been handled behind the scenes, which is something he doesn't say. And he should blame everybody involved. He should say everybody who's involved in this drama or situation or Google Docs, if you, whatever way you want to put it, were immature and should talk to each other, because this is nothing. He sort of says he doesn't say that at all. He just kind of said this is nothing. I don't care about it. Well, it involves people you associate with, Tectone. Maybe you should care a little bit about it, because your friends are hurting each other. They're hurting their community. They're hurting a game subs too. There's ramifications going around because this went public. So yeah, you should care about it a little bit, because you have association with gamer subs too, or at least you did at one point. I don't know if Tectone still does. Here, let me. I just want me to find out. But apparently he's still with Mythic, because look at here. He still has Mythic talent in bio. Okay, I don't see anything about having a gamer sub code or anything like that. All right. So supposedly he left Mythic talent. Maybe he just hasn't updated his bio with a new business email. But and I gotta admit, some of the stuff he posts are kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Cringe would be a good one. But yeah. Okay, it's just, it's not the first time that Tectone's been wrong about the VTuber community. I mean, the one W he has is about VShojo, right? Most of the time, he's pretty wrong about the VTuber community. So I'm not surprised that he's wrong about this too. Okay. Let me get to it. So this is the Cinder doc. I pretty much covered all of it. I just skipped the parts where she repeated herself. I didn't spend a lot of time or constantly reread the same thing over and over again, because goddamn, that would probably cost me another 3 hours of doing that. Let's real quick. I'm gonna go over the first part. What's this called? The overdue response. This is her setting the stage, leading up to the Google Doc and doing a reason why this document is being released. The breakdown. This is basically the Nanoless stuff, and how everybody's perceiving her. Okay, hold on. And this is where the majority of the DMs are that is repeatedly used in here, and some things she constantly points to as evidence, which is basically the meat of this. And this is where she talks heavily about Nanoless. Hold on. I'm doing this redacted. And this is where she talked about redacted and that he's still with her and her manager, which I will say I think it's a mistake. All right. He get a professional manager, make redacted head of creative. That's what I would have done. Because he has a history of being unprofessional, this bad habit of gossiping and all that stuff that he's going to have to break to be an effective manager and for people willing to talk to him. I don't think that right this second nobody's going to be willing to talk to Red because they're going to be afraid that he's going to gossip behind their backs. So I think that's a mistake. But hey, it's her choice. So be it. My apology and taking accountability. This is what this whole section is, them taking accountability for their mistakes. Okay. That's all it is. And they don't hide anything, to be honest with you. The Nanoless, which is a big section is, and this is like where the majority of these DMs, they basically showed the full context of all the DMs that Nanoless had, plus some other DMs that weren't shown before, which gives even greater context of their relationship with Nanoless and how their behavior, their bad behavior about denying people access to Nanoless doing models for them, which is not a big fucking deal. Bao, this is the one that where, in my personal opinion, Sinder really fucked up. And Red, especially Red, when Red came with this theory about Bao, no, Cinder should have stepped up and talked about right there and right then. And looked at Red, we're going to work this shit out right now. We're all going to get together and we're going to talk about this. But that didn't happen. That's, back to Cinder being a bad friend and being a poor communicator. The V card and Numi's concert, this was a big fucking nothing burger. Because it was already resolved. And the only reason this is here is because Shylily dragged Numi into it. I would say this is the most angriest part of this document was Shylily. All right. Her bias against Shylily is quite evident here. I would say something she said I can understand and potentially agree with her. Her Shylily being portrayed as this evil mastermind, no, I don't agree with that. No, I think Shylily once again was manipulated by Nanoless. The breakdown, this is base. The breakdown, just what the fuck is this? It's because this is like an overall view of stuff. Is still focusing on Shylily for the most part. How this is basically her breakdown. Literally, the cancellation, all that stuff, how she feels, how she think it happened, all this stuff. Silvervale, no one looks good in Silvervale section here. Silvervale doesn't look good because she didn't express herself correctly. Sinder doesn't look good because once again she didn't express herself correctly. Both are bad at expressing their feelings. Once again, as Silvervale said, hey, I don't want to fucking be associated with you and I don't want to do a fucking collab with you ever. Back in 2021, this wouldn't have happened. And making a mountain out of a molehill, which was like this thing here, I mean, come on. It's fucking dumb. It is. I mean, I like Silvervale, but this was just fucking stupid to get upset about this. Especially with someone as small as Cinder was at that time. The honest mistake, and you move on from it. Because I hate to say this to you, Silver, you're acting like V Shojo. Talking bad about someone, trying to destroy their career for no other reason because you just don't like them. That's kind of what. Okay. Apparently, someone just subscribed. I'm trying to see, waiting for the alert to come up to see who did. Because I've never seen it. I'm kind of curious about it. Well, whoever just subscribed, thank you. I'll find out here soon. But no, in this whole Silvervale stuff, no one looked good. No, because nobody communicated with each other and all that. You can see Cinder's anger towards Silvervale in this, and you also can see Silvervale's anger towards Cinder in this, which her video obviously shows. Aroo! What can I say here? Did Aru have reason to feel the way she felt? Yeah, because Cinder stopped communicating with her. And that made her lead to believe that she was just used to get in contact with Silvervale and felt used. That's on Cinder. All right. I mean, this is all their DMs here, and I mean, I get to it here. I want to get to a certain spot. Right here. A year ago, Cinder cut off communication with her. Well, 2 years ago. When you do that with nothing to explain why you did that, and when someone asks you to take part and you don't respond to it, hey Cinder, that's a Shylily move. It is. Spite. This is a big nothing burger. Everybody fucking overreacted. Even in the Nanotales, and who's the other one? Yeah, the Nanotales thing. All this is just fucking stupid. It's overacting, being paranoid, and the typical early days of being a VTuber thinking, oh, this is going to be unique to me and unique to me only. That don't fucking last long. Okay? There's two ways to approach this. Oh, they're copying me. And when it's obviously they didn't do a one-to-one copy. Or, hey, I'm flattered. I'm successful and everybody wants to have a similar look to me. I'm inspiration to people now. You know? That's a way to look at this stuff. You know? This whole stuff with Nanotales. When we get to it. I'm just whizzing by. Yeah, it's a fucking reach and a half. She went overboard. And just, no. Cinder doesn't look good in here. And by her own admission, she realized she went too far with this. Because that's not even close to a one-to-one copy. So, the flames and all that stuff. It's a silly reason to get upset. If it was a one-for-one copy and if that model looked exactly like Cinder, there's a reason to be pissed, but it doesn't. And then we just had the message to the Power Pups, which they deserved. It's a wonderful community, and her plans going forward. Okay, that was basically the Cinder doc, which, in a nutshell, and that's the true TDLR of me reading it, going through it, comprehending it, all that stuff, and I'm never gonna fucking do it again. In fact, goodbye. I really don't want to see another fucking Google Doc for a long time. Like I said, the only thing I think that's going to happen going forward, that's most likely, is that there will be some kind of response, because no, all the people involved here, besides Cinder and Red, at this point, is going to make some kind of response, whether it be a doc or a video or whatever. We already seen a response from Nanoless, which I really didn't go over, which I will do real fast. This is not the one I want. Maybe I can find one that's large and Nanoless. Yeah, this is okay. Let me read this real fast. Hello, everyone. I feel like my closest community deserves a bit of information on recent happenings. First of all, I'm sorry for bringing all this mess to the community. Honestly, it's all on my hands for posting it because I felt it was the right thing to do, and mostly shows what happened backstage of thing. No, it didn't. No, it wasn't even fucking close now. As you made those DMs say what you wanted them to say. Back then, I really tried to be the people pleaser. I didn't know how to say no to a cool project. I ended up taking too much I could chew, and also keep up with Cinder's projects, which I love to work with. Then you needed to learn. I already worked really hard to keep up with Cinder's rhythm, give her priority, and still wanted to work with new people, which, as you can see, didn't work out well. Well, no shit. I canceled many commissions. No shit. I did use Mayo with his consent as an excuse to my clients. And Mayo is not my manager. Since it didn't work out, I actually cut it from him. I do my own management. Fucking mistake. Because you need someone to put limitations on you because you suck at it. Okay. Why isn't this? Hold on. Let me do this. Let me go back. There we are. Sorry about that. This is Nano's thing on her Discord. And once again, you need a manager because you suck at placing limits. None of the canceled commissions were paid up front, and communication months prior to the starting point. The canceled clients knew this. Maybe just not Bao. Sorry, I don't remember well. And we had things sorted. I already worked my ass off to please Cinder, and there's no point. And there was a point I thought to myself, why not ask if they want me to be exclusive and if they would pay for it? Since I was almost doing so, I revisited the first doc, and I'm sorry I didn't realize that it looked weird. It looked more than weird. But this is not the whole point. It's about the blacklisting. I'm assuming she's talking about Silvervale, Bow, and Cotton. The exclusivity was paid to me, but since I backed out because my friends told me I was being stupid by taking it, well, no, you should have done. Not listen to your fucking friends. It was discounted from my commission payment. The offer was basically about $4,000 cost rigging, and Novels Horizons Cinder figure from my exclusivity. Thank you, friends. I also wanted to apologize to the people who was mentioned with no reason at all on Cinder stock. That was not Cinder's fault. That was other people brought them up, like Shylily. That's not Cinder's fault. Why are you blaming Sinder again? She didn't do it. That don't make any fucking sense whatsoever. I needed help, but they didn't think they would be included this way. They had nothing to do with the whole situation, so please don't bother them about this. Too fucking late. You didn't want them to be bothered, then you should have worked this out behind the scenes and not drop a fucking Google Doc. That's all. This isn't that fucking hard. I have learned a lot through this whole situation I caused. Thank you for a minute that you caused it. Sadly, I will still be working as much as I can because that's what I like to do. Why is that sadly? It should be thankfully, I will still be working as much as I can because that's what I like to do. Saying no to clients still hurts me, but it's something I'm enduring in respect to them and my own limits. Know what this says? I'll break it down to you real fast. Oops. That's all this says. Oops. My bad. It's not me. It's her. She's still trying to manipulate people. When you get down to it. Let me do a real quick in chat thing here. Okay, she was away too forgiving that quickly. Yeah, that's why she's hiding in her Discord server. Oh. Yeah, I agree with that. But once again, Nanoless started all this by showing DMs to Shylily. If it's just like the DMs in her document, it was done in such a way to create the narrative that she wants so she could get out of Cinder's shadow and get what she wants, which was a big explosion, people knowing her and get her the notoriety and all the other stuff that comes with that. If you want a clout chaser, that's Nanoless. And this is chasing clout in the worst way possible. Nano is trending. Let's take a quick look. All right. Excuse me. Like I said, people are gonna they're gonna send hate. It's not gonna, even though no matter how many times you say please don't send harassment or hate to the people involved, it does no fucking good. If you don't want that, then don't make shit public. So grow an additional brain cell and realize how fucking stupid it is to say that shit. Once again, I don't think Lily was the mastermind. I think it was Nanoless. Yeah, Nanoless was the first one to bring up exclusivity. It wasn't Red or Cinder. It was Nanoless. I think about anywhere from 6 to 8 months prior to Redacted bringing it back up again. I will say here, Silvervale really doesn't need to explain anything. All the things she has to say, yeah, I got some things wrong, and I shouldn't have been so vitriol to her. I should have been open and honest with Cinder and be blunt about how I felt, because that's what the main mistake was. Neither Cinder or Silvervale were open and honest about their feelings with each other. Lily, on the other hand, was basically the same thing, but she had a greater involvement of taking Cinder down. She's gonna get she's not gonna walk away from this unscathed. That's a bad take. Then don't just say I don't want to read the document. You know, I didn't personally want to read the document. Fucking 1,000 pages. Who wanted to go through that? But I did. Well, Tecton's a ride or die friend, and that's probably about the worst friend that you can have in your life, because they're not going to tell you when you fuck up. They're always going to side with you. No, that's not what Nano did. She's still trying to shift blame on Cinder. So, yeah, that statement is not correct. Cinder didn't gloss over that. She took accountability for it. This blacklisting thing really is about the exclusivity deal for 3 individuals. Silvervale, which Cinder was aware of and approved of. The other 2 she wasn't aware of and were friends of her, that Red took it upon himself to add, Bao and Cotton. Bao because of Red's fucking stupid headcanon, and Cotton because supposedly she hurt a friend of theirs and he didn't like her either. Now, Red would just stick with Silvervale. It wouldn't be as bad. And the reason why Silvervale was mentioned because people were harassing Cinder for being a copy of her, which was something that was made clear, not necessarily made clear, was implied in Nanoless's document and in Silvervale's document, and was fully put out there with all the bullshit to be seen by everyone in Cinder's document, in which Cinder said she was wrong. And Brett said it was wrong too. Once again, I don't think Silvervale, Shylily is this evil manipulator. And I don't really say that Nals is an evil manipulator. I say she manipulated people to get her what she wanted out of the situation, which is to get out of Cinder's shadow. Mine officially started during small lottery controversy whenever months so we're hidden being involved in drama. Now posted a reskin of Lily as a meme to mock Lala, and a bunch of larger creators reacted. Lily was forced to put out a statement a day or two later. Oh yeah, that the whole like pink, the whole controversy of the one VTuber or someone trying to be a VTuber had a model that was similar, not a one-to-one copy of Shylily. And it was just, once again, this whole copying of models is just fucking stupid. Yeah, that's pretty much why Shylily was changing. Just because, the truth is coming out. That's all. Yeah, it jumps up and disappears real fast. It's the same thing with Cinder. Cinder would jump up in the trending and then just disappear real so fast. Why is Tristan? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't even want to get involved with that at all. I'm just saying. Alright. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say. What did Boss post? Real fast. It was long enough. I'll say it to tell you that. Let me double check chat real fast. Okay. That's why she's hiding. Okay. If you've been on this journey with me going through this Google Doc, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Appreciate the new subscribers. I'll do a real quick look here in YouTube. Go to YouTube Studios. Hey, you're not supposed to do that. Hey, fuck off. I got 115 subscribers, and it was because I kind of want to thank the person who subscribed. Star Gamer, thank you. Pantreas-san, thank you. Juka TV, thank you. Void 911, thank you. I think I thanked all these before, but yeah, these are my subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to me. I once again, I deeply appreciate the support and all. and everything. I am very humbled and thankful for every person that hits that subscribe button and helped me along this journey. Once again, I will not finally, I will not be streaming later today because it's been officially Saturday for over an hour. So I've taken a fucking break. There will be a collab with GVP gameplays and all that stuff. And GV gameplays and Loboto, where we're going to be discussing the document, and that will probably be the last time I'm going to be discussing the document. It's sort of like putting a bow on it, because I don't want to talk about it no more after that. Just don't. And I want to finish my 100 sub celebration week, which I will post up a schedule later, tomorrow sometime, like tomorrow night sometime, of how everything got rescheduled as far as that goes. I am going to stay far away from drama as I possibly can from here on out, because it sucks. Unless something major happens. I mean, unless Shylily responds or something, I'll talk about it. But if it's nothing major happens, I am not going to talk about drama anymore. Once again, I am not going to monetize any of my Cinder videos at all, because I don't want to profit off of this misery. So, once again, thank you. And if you enjoyed this, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to ring my head. And I will see you on Sunday afternoon for the collab with GVP Plays and Loboto, where we talk about this document again. All right, I'll see you then. Thank you.